sometimes it's just been so natural to us, we don't realize that we're, maybe a strong way to say it is we're cursing our future. You can curse your future or you can bless your future. So be careful what you say.
I think, I love where you say, we need to send out.
Well, I think in that case, God was saying, I am everything, because I am.
Right.
Now, mine is a different take on it. It is what follows the word I am, I believe you're inviting into your life.
That's part of our message is, you don't know what, God's dream for your life is bigger than your own. And that's what I've seen. I mean, I never dreamed 13 years ago that I'd be sitting here with you, or we'd be in the arena where I used to watch the Rockets play, and so.
You can curse your future, or you can bless your future. So be careful what you say. These are the words of Joel Osteen, a man who has built an empire on the power of positive thinking. He believes that what follows the words I am invites a specific reality into your life. For decades, his I am was synonymous with blessed, successful, and unstoppable. But lately, the I am surrounding Lakewood Church feels a lot more like controversial, criticized, and cracked. While Joel's perfect smile remains a fixture on television screens worldwide, the golden veneer of America's most famous megachurch is beginning to peel. From million-dollar COVID loans to a tragic shooting in the sanctuary, the pressure is mounting. Before we dive into the cracks in the empire, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Prestige Buzz, and hit that bell notification so you never miss an inside look at the figures shaping our culture. The reluctant Prince of Lakewood. Joel Osteen wasn't supposed to be the face of a movement. Born in 1963 in Houston, Texas, he was the son of John Osteen, a Southern Baptist pastor who pivoted to the charismatic Word of Faith movement after his daughter, Lisa, was born with severe disabilities. John and his wife Dodie turned to faith healing, eventually founding Lakewood Church in an abandoned feed store in 1959. While his siblings stepped into the spotlight, Joel stayed behind the camera. For 17 years, he produced Lakewood's television specials, obsessed with lighting, camera angles, and even the color of his father's suits. He had no formal theology degree and zero interest in preaching. Everything changed on January 17, 1999. Joel finally agreed to preach his first sermon. 6 days later, his father died of a heart attack. Suddenly, the man who preferred the control room was thrust behind the pulpit. From feed store to NBA arena. Under Joel's leadership, Lakewood didn't just grow, it exploded. By 2004, attendance jumped from 6,000 to 30,000. Joel realized that to reach the masses, he needed to treat the gospel like a high-end media production. In 2003, Lakewood signed a $12 million lease for the Compaq Center, the former home of the Houston Rockets. They spent nearly $95 million, roughly $158 million today, renovating the sports arena into a house of worship complete with waterfalls, broadcast studios, and 16,000 seats. His message was Christianity light, no fire, no brimstone, and rarely a mention of sin. He focused on hope and prosperity. His 2004 book, Your Best Life Now, sold over 4 million copies and sat on the New York Times bestseller list for 4 years. Joel Osteen wasn't just a pastor anymore, he was a global brand. The prosperity gap, wealth versus works. As the brand grew, so did the bank account. Joel Osteen is estimated to be worth between $50 million and $100 million. While he famously stopped taking a salary from the church in 2004, his wealth comes from a massive machine of book royalties, merchandise, and Night of Hope Arena tours where tickets sell for $15 apiece. Critics, however, point to a glaring disparity in the numbers. Annual budget, $90 million. Media production and services, $56 million. Missions and outreach, 1.3%, $1.2 million. While Joel lives in a $10.5 million mansion, his church's charitable spending is dwarfed by its marketing budget. This prosperity gospel, the idea that God wants you wealthy and healthy if you just believe hard enough, has been labeled heresy by theologians who argue it's a cotton candy gospel with no substance for those who are truly suffering. When the doors stayed shut. The first major crack in the public's trust appeared in August 2017 during Hurricane Harvey. As Houston submerged under record-breaking floods, Lakewood Church, a massive, dry facility, remained closed to the public. The church claimed the building was inaccessible due to flooding, but locals posted photos of dry roads leading to the doors. Under immense social media pressure and the hashtag #OpenLakewood, Joel eventually opened the doors, but the image of a millionaire pastor locking out the needy in a storm became an indelible stain. History repeated itself in 2025 during Hurricane Beryl. Though the church provided water and food, the public response was immediate: is Joel locking the doors again? Tragedy in the sanctuary. The most devastating blow came on February 11, 2024. Janice Yvonne Moreno, a woman with a long history of schizophrenia and documented mental health struggles, walked into Lakewood Church with an AR-15 and her 7-year-old son, Samuel. She opened fire in the hallway, discharging 30 rounds before being killed by off-duty officers working security. In the crossfire, young Samuel was shot in the head. He survived, but lost half his skull and a portion of his frontal lobe. The shooting exposed massive security failures. Despite Lakewood's $90 million budget, a woman with a Palestine sticker on her rifle and a backpack full of weapons walked right past guards. The tragedy left the community asking, how could a place of blessing become a scene of such horror? A crumbling kingdom? Today, Joel Osteen faces a challenge that positive thinking can't easily fix. The demographic shift is brutal. Millennials, only 16% attend church regularly. Gen Z, only 15% attend. The younger generation is trading flashy megachurches for authenticity, activism, and digital community. They aren't interested in being told they can speak wealth into existence when they are struggling with student debt and a mental health crisis. Furthermore, the lack of financial transparency in megachurches is under fire. Because churches aren't required to report finances to the IRS, the prestige of the Osteen lifestyle remains shielded behind a tax-exempt status that many find increasingly hard to justify. Joel Osteen often tells his congregation that disappointments will come, but God has a plan. As attendance fluctuates and the cracks in the arena walls become harder to ignore, the world is watching to see if the Osteen empire can survive its own prosperity. What do you think? Is Joel Osteen a beacon of hope or a businessman in a suit? Let us know in the comments below.